The Zodiac killer was Arthur Lee Allen. I am now convinced of it. Why, Mike? Where do you get that from? This is not a sponsored post, but I didn't know about this docuseries on Netflix until I just opened Netflix today. I guess it premiered on October 23rd, but it's called This is the Zodiac Speaking. So it is 3 episodes long. Each episode's roughly an hour, and it's with regards to the Zodiac killer case. But the thing is it does not have a really in-depth look into the actual known victims. As a matter of fact, the docuseries really only talks about each murder kind of a couple minutes at a time. Now, I knew about these 5 known victims. I also knew about the Zodiac's potential connection to another murder, the murder of Sherry Jo Bates, but I did not know the potential other victims he may have had, Linda Edwards and Bobby Dominguez. This is really about the primary suspect that they had for years, and that is this man here, Arthur Lee Allen, who died in 1992. What the docuseries provides is a shit ton of information that I personally never knew about this guy. Very compelling evidence, compelling stories told from people from his life. In particular, he basically was like a surrogate father to these kids. He was involved with a woman who had several children, and he kind of took care of them as his own, and he would take them around everywhere in his car. And you see interviews from these kids who are now obviously much, much older, giving you a lot of insight into some circumstantial evidence, I guess, as to his connection to the murders. Like, I don't want to give too much away about it. I mean, again, not a sponsored post, but I really think if you're into this case, you should definitely watch this. But you do get insight from these kids during these interviews that they were in the car with Arthur Lee Allen, and they could recall specific places they went to. And it wasn't until the 2007 Zodiac movie came out where they, as adults, realized, oh my God, we were at most of those locations with Arthur. He had us waiting in the car. He would come back with blood on his arm. He came back panicked and in a rush. You find out that a couple of months before the Zodiac killing started, he was gifted a watch, a Zodiac watch, with the Zodiac symbol that the Zodiac put on his letters. And it really convinced me that this guy is a Zodiac. My only thing, though, is that the composite drawing really does not resemble him at all. He never wore glasses that I could tell. Every photo of him, he's bald. The Zodiac, the composite, was a guy with hair, glasses. He was more chiseled, thinner. Arthur Lee Allen has been described by everyone as this big, gigantic man. Super tall, kind of hefty. And so there's not much of a resemblance there, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I know there's convincing and compelling stories for other potential suspects, and that's kind of it's really why this case is just so mesmerizing, because it's a case that never died. The Zodiac case comes up every couple of years with some new breakthrough, some new suspect. He is basically like the United States version of Jack the Ripper. But yeah, check out This is the Zodiac Speaking on Netflix.